What is up, guys? This is the one and the only Wild Rocker. Today I got some new Mortal Kombat discussion news for you. As you can see in this new picture that was leaked only just a few days ago, on the top part of this picture, it is Kung Lao. Now, a lot of people have said, well, TYM, such as Total Mortal Kombat, and as for the recent, I guess, information that we've gotten about the game for MKX, that they have released Kung Lao. So this is a legit picture. So that's great. So that means Kung Lao is in. However, how does that make sense? Because as many people have saw and was disappointed, but it did happen, that Kung Lao got his neck snapped by fucking Shao Kahn, right? So it makes me think, how is he back? Well, everyone knows, as a real Mortal Kombat fan or Mortal Kombat player, that no one really dies in Mortal Kombat. I mean, that's just like the golden rule of Mortal Kombat. But the thing is that they said that that story was canon. So that means that Kung Lao's dead. But that doesn't mean that he could get resurrected. Okay. But get this. This is about, I'd say 25 years, I think it was, into the future. So that makes me think, like, everyone thinks this is the original Kung Lao. I don't think this is the original Kung Lao. I think this is the great Kung Lao. And they wouldn't just reveal a character right off the bat like that. That was so obvious, I mean, like, oh yeah, it's Kung Lao, No, but, I mean, come on. I mean, you've seen how. I mean, just take a look from the past of all the secrets and the stuff that we found out. Not just through NRS, but like searching and asking and looking around. And we're doing our little private investigations on shit. Like when we saw Cassie Cage's fatality, or when we saw Raiden's second X-ray, or we saw Quan Chi's full fatality, and stuff, so on and so on. So I don't think that they're gonna actually just give it out that quick. I really think that it's just gonna be a secret that's like it's so obvious though, but a lot of people don't realize that it could be the Great Kung Lao. I mean, take an example too. I mean, like look at the hat. Now it could be different details. Like as you see Quan Chi, I mean he's got like more of a what I think is a more Hellraiser kind of approach. With the blades and the sharpness and all that. But take a look at Kung Lao. Okay, you see his hat. His hat doesn't really look like it has a razor blade. If it does, it's totally different. It looks like some type of design of like maybe a gear or something. But that does not look like the original Kung Lao's hat. And I'm not saying just because they got two totally different hats, it's two totally different people. If you actually take a look at his outfit too, he kind of looks like he's wearing maybe something like old-fashioned or Shaolin, so to say, kind of like not more as in what he wore, as his trademark outfit, like in MK2, or even anything like in Mortal Kombat Trilogy Kung Lao. But it makes me think that this is the great Kung Lao. And not only and I got two reasons that I can prove that. Now, is it true? I don't know, but I have two reasons that it may be the great Kung Lao. First reason is that the previous Kung Lao died. Okay, as we mentioned many times, and a lot of people were pissed off because of how he died, because it was just like a random what the fuck, and they snapped his neck. Shao Kahn did. Okay, so that all happened. Okay, so he's dead. Okay, but that doesn't mean that he can get resurrected in the future. But it's very coincidental that if there was to be a great Kung Lao in this one, that they brought Goro back again as well. And Goro's a download content too. So a lot of people are like, that are new to Mortal Kombat. Well, what does the Great Kung Lao and Goro have to do with anything? Well, many years ago, they had a battle, and Goro, I'm pretty sure Goro won that one. I'm not too sure. And ever since, the current Kung Lao has been getting revenge. So, and not only that, but even like I know the endings of Mortal Kombat X aren't really canon, but even in Kung Lao's story, he was, I guess, rebirthed, or I couldn't really, I guess, reformed as a great Kung Lao. Like, I guess he wanted vengeance or justice for the great Kung Lao, and it turns out that, like, he was the great Kung Lao. So, like, I don't know. It was really weird. It was like a butterfly effect or something, or like Inception. I don't know. But, so it makes me think, that this Kung Lao that we're about to get is the current Kung Lao. Now, don't know. I'm not good with language at all. Besides the few, but I did try to translate this language, which I really don't know what it is. But I did try to translate it myself personally and try to figure out what it said. And it was talking about Kung Lao being in Mortal Kombat, obviously, but it was talking about him being a defender slash guard, and I don't really see the past Kung Lao being a guard, even though he was basically a Shaolin warrior, and I think he was for the White Lotus Society, and I don't see him as a personal guard. Now, in this one, he could be a guard, but like I said, I don't think this is the same Kung Lao. I think this is the Great Kung Lao. I mean, even physically, appearance wise, that does not look like the old Kung Lao. Or not the old Kung Lao, but the previous Kung Lao. And it just seems like something so fishy with that person in particular. It's just like, what the fuck. But I don't know. I mean, this could be the Kung Lao, and he could have just aged, because they did say that certain characters would age. And they also said in previous news a long time ago that certain characters are going to have certain family members or relatives that are going to be probably in the story or in the game. So it makes me think, who else is out there that's, old? A lot of people are assuming, and this is probably like one of the obvious that people think, is that, they want to see Johnny Cage as an old fart. I don't know why, but they do. A lot of people assume that just because Sonya's daughter Cassie is in the game, that neither Johnny or her mother, Sonya, are going to be in the game. That's not necessarily true. I mean, they could have the whole fucking family in there if they wanted to, like a family reunion, But you never know. But as for Goro, a lot of people are really kind of hyped for Goro, but not as much as you think. Because, I mean, yeah, he's, usually from past Mortal Kombat, the sub-bosses, or even bosses sometimes, were kind of slow and kind of, really, like, I mean, they did a lot of damage, but they were really slow, and it was kind of like, why the fuck did I buy these, And now I'm not trying to make you guys have a second thought about your money, but I'm just saying take a look at the past ones. Now, the only reason that I pre-ordered, which, by the way, guys, I finally fucking pre-ordered Mortal Kombat like 2 weeks ago, so I was like, yeah. But, because a lot of people were like, are you ever going to order it? And I was like, yeah. But I got good news and bad news about that. The bad news is that I didn't order it for PlayStation 4, but the good news is that I did order it for PlayStation 3. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, dude, what the fuck? Why did you do that, man? Like, you downgraded, bro. And it's not the fact that I downgrade. It's just the fact that I don't want to fucking be paying $50, a year just to play online. I mean, I'm not a cheap ass or anything. It's just that we play to play, and we play to get rid of reality, like our own little world. And the fact that we gotta fucking pay for that and they charge us for that, it's fucking ridiculous. So, even if it is $50 a year, it could be fucking $10 a year. It could be fucking $250 a year. I don't care. It's the fact that we shouldn't have to pay to play. And it goes for both consoles, Xbox or PlayStation 3, or 4 or whatever. So, I just think that's bullshit. But anyways, so I stuck with my PS3, and yes, I sacrificed the graphics and all that. So that's fine by me. But anyways, yeah. So I did pre-order for PS3. So a lot of you already know me on there, and if you don't know me on there, my gamer tag, or well, not gamer tag, but PS, and name is WildRocker334. And I'm a lot of people are like, so as for the current characters that we got now, like right now, since we got updated with a lot of information, especially with the new character reveal, they were like, well, who's your favorite character that's going to be in Mortal Kombat X? And who would you like to play as? Like, who are you going to main? Well, see, a lot of people will take that in the same concept. Like, they'll think of that as the same question. For me, that's a two-part question. And that is, who is my favorite character that I've seen so far? I can't really say because, we haven't seen the full roster yet, but as for currently what we have, I'd actually say it was probably Quan Chi, as for his actual movesets and his look, and, I'm not even a fan of Quan Chi, and this game made me a fan of him. Now, does that make me mad? Kinda, because it's like, because I hated the fucker to death, but it's just the fact that this is how good that they made the game. They actually make me like a character and want to pick him up and, use him. And it's just really I'm really speechless too because I did hate him, but now I don't, and it's just really cool. And even as for his design, I mean, his design is something that I personally would want for Quan Chi, and particularly him. Kind of like giving him like a Hellraiser kind of like leather and blades, all armor, and the way that they did it was just fucking phenomenal. It was the perfect design that I would have put Quan Chi as. It's like they're fucking taking my ideas and fucking putting it in the game. So, but it's really cool that they're doing it, and everything like that. But as for the second question, who do I want to play as? Well, because of the recent information that we just got, I mean, this is not even, I think, 2 days old yet, and the reason I couldn't make it last night is because I was building a lot, and a lot of people are like, well, what happened to your videos, by the way? And I get a little off topic here, but I have been working nonstop, probably about 40 days with no day off for 10 fucking hours. But anyways, just last night, my whole my whole gaming area just got redone. I mean, I have stands now, like every one of my consoles, like my Wii, my Nintendo GameCube, my old ones like my PS2, my Nintendo 64, and my Xbox and my Xbox One and my PlayStation 3s. They're all stacked on like these towers around my TV, so it kind of looks a little bit more nicer. I had to get a new TV stand, and I thought it was wood, and it turns out it was actually glass, and I was like, oh crap, because it was really fucking heavy. And I'm actually getting a new gamer chair very, very soon. But anyways, and I built a dresser. But anyways, besides all that, that's the reason I've been kind of like, taking forever to make this video. But as for who do I want to play as, like I said, because of the recent information, I'm actually going to choose probably Kung Lao. And the only reason I choose Kung Lao is because even though we haven't really seen any gameplay that I know of yet, I'm pretty sure he's going to be one quick spinning son of a bitch. And I really don't think that this is a Kung Lao that we knew that got his neck broken. I'm honest to God, guys. I really do think this is the great Kung Lao. And it would make sense. And I know a lot of people have actually demanded it. Even kind of like Tremor. I mean, a lot of people have been demanding Tremor because, I mean, come on. Even the people that got home consoles pretty much got the middle finger when it came to Vita users because they could actually play or fight against Tremor and the Challenge Tower. And not only that, but they had much, much more shit. I mean, they had a Cyber Scarlet, which some of you are like, what? And it was a cyborg version of Scarlet that you could fight against and the Challenge Tower. I think they had an extra 50 challenges as well. And because of it being a Vita, it had certain features that a console version couldn't have, whether it be a PlayStation 3 or a 360. And that was transparent backgrounds where you could literally fight anywhere in the background in the real world. Test your balance, which was like a challenge that they had for the game. And not only that, but here's what I call bullshit on, is that they actually had costumes for MK2 Melina. Okay. And they also had MK3 ninja outfits, or palette swaps, if you want to call it that, for all the ninjas. And they even had Scarlet, an MK2 ninja outfit. See, they could have made so much more money, selling that to console versions, because you figure majority of people are going to have console versions compared to handheld devices. Whether it be a PSP, a PS Vita, a Game Boy, it doesn't matter. But the fact is that the fact that they screwed themselves, which it doesn't anger us, but what angers us is that we would have bought it, and the fact that they didn't do that for us kind of pisses us off. So, and the fact that they're always pressing download content for if you pre-order the game, I think that's kind of stupid, because, I mean, like, honestly, it's just a sub-boss, it's not like you're fucking getting, like, Shao Kahn, or something like that, it's Goro, and how many times have we seen Goro so slow in the past that, we never really picked on him? I mean, granted, we want to use him, but we're just like, But anyways, as for, everything else, I picked Kung Lao to actually fight with. And as from what we've seen, through the videos and all that, because we haven't seen any videos of Kung Lao yet, I just got a feeling that he's got, a little bit more newness to him, a little bit more freshness. I mean, we've seen that with Raiden. We've definitely seen that with Quan Chi. We've seen that with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, so it's going to be really cool, and I'm really excited. Even though we haven't seen anything from him yet as for, like, video gameplay or even fatality, I strongly think that he's going to be one hell of an opponent to fight against and to learn as well. So, anyways, Yeah, stay tuned for my next videos. I will be doing another character. The reason I did Kung Lao is because we just had the most recent information about him because he was revealed. And I am going to see you guys later. And as for my next character, it's up in the air now. So whatever you guys want, just leave a comment below, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video. This has been Wild Rocker. Later. Peace out.